This portion of the meeting provides the public with an opportunity to speak on any item within the council's jurisdiction. Anaheim remains committed to freedom of speech, and we ask that speakers address the city council with civility and refrain from making personal, threatening, abusive, slanderous, or profane remarks towards any member of the council, staff, or general public.
Welcome. Welcome.
Good evening. My name is Renee. I'm here with tonight with the People's Homeless Task Force. You'll be hearing from a lot of us. We're here to declare a state of a county emergency regarding the homeless. You're going to hear a lot of demands made tonight. And there's no more time for dragging your feet. My suggestion, what the demands are, is decriminalizing the ticketing and the property tickets of the homeless, and the decriminalizing part is very important. But also, people are going to be asking for a safe zone. And I feel like the perfect safe zone for the Anaheim local homeless would be the courtyard of the city hall here in Anaheim. Like in Santa Ana, how the homeless congregate at the Civic Center. The homeless should take safety here, in this courtyard. Maybe then you guys will do something. Maybe then you guys will come together and reach out to the feds for something to be done. This is a state of emergency regarding the homeless in this area, in Orange County, in Anaheim. You see it, we all see it. And you say you're doing things, and there's no fruit to your efforts. We see the homeless population growing and growing and growing. There's no fruit to any efforts made by the county officials at all. And that's all I have to say about that. The other thing I'm here to say, or here to make sure that this city and the city council never forgets, is what happened to Roscoe Cambridge on January 19th, 2012. In the substation of the Anaheim Hills Police parking lot. Officer Bustamante, wait, let me just mention, Roscoe Cambridge was a vulnerable young man. He was homeless and schizophrenic. He needed help. He was going through an emotional turmoil time in his life. This officer, Officer Sergeant Bustamante, shot and killed Roscoe Cambridge in the parking lot of that station in Anaheim Hills. Shot and killed. Roscoe had a kitchen knife, according to Officer Bustamante. But according to the police department, there is no video footage at all of this incident. So all we have to rely on is Officer Bustamante's testimony, or Sergeant Bustamante's testimony, who, by the way, retired shortly after this incident. We have never received any answers to any questions that we've had regarding this incident. The family has never received any justice, any accountability, no compensation at all for the murder of Roscoe Cambridge. Get rid of your liabilities in the PD before they cost you more money.
Time is up.
Get rid of them. Fire them before they kill more people.
Who's ever sitting here? Okay. Welcome.
Welcome, Mr. Mayor. How are you? Members of the City Council, my name is Mark Richard Daniels. I was born in Anaheim and a lifelong resident of this city. And I've seen it come from what it was a farm community to what it is today. And I'm appalled at the fact that we do have so many people that are living out on the streets. Hearing the pastor give the invocation about helping those that are in need and all that. Yes, Anaheim has done their part as much as they can possibly do with a municipality of this size. But it's not even Anaheim's problem. It's not really even the county's problem to put the weight on them. It is a societal problem. It is a human rights issue with the homeless. And in the greatest, richest country in the history of the world, is this the best we can do? And I don't think so. Now, I call on you to, as a city council, mayor, and council, to maybe write a letter to the federal government, to our senators, Congress, and say, hey, more needs to be done with this issue. And we need to all band together, regardless of your status in life and your financial situation, because this involves all of us. And so we need to all come together. We need to put heat on the federal government, because it is, these are citizens of the United States of America, and they're being left out by the riverbed, out by the parks. We need to open the park restrooms. I know Peter Marshall Park has been closed, their restroom, for some God knows, I don't know why. But, and I know you've heard me say this before, and I'll say it again, that here we are, a nation that can launch a satellite across the other side of the solar system and land it on a comet going 84,000 miles an hour. And it was like, wow. But yet we can't help these people that are in much dire need. And many of them are just beyond psychological help. They need to be off the streets. I see people in wheelchairs that are out on the street. And is this the best we can do as a people? And it's not a knock on any particular aspect of our government. It's all of us. We all have to take part in this, because that's the only way we're going to solve this issue. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good evening,
Welcome.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, Mr. Mayor and City Council members. My name is Don Bigelow. I was born and raised in the city of Anaheim, and also an alumni of Anaheim High School class of 1984. The reason I'm here tonight is to comment on the homeless population and the necessity for an established safe zone, in addition to asking for a stay on the camping ordinance. Orange County Supervisor Todd Spitzer recently commented on this issue on December 16, 2016, in the Orange County Register. Mr. Spitzer's comment was, "Homeless population is too large to wait that long." This was in regards to a proposed shelter that you spoke of, located at 1000 North Kramer, which is currently under construction, and previously was scheduled to open late 2018. It is rumored now that it may possibly open as soon as April 2017. But in the interim, there needs to be an area set aside for the needs of these people. If such an area were established, it could better serve our homeless citizens, as well as assist services such as OCEMS, which is Orange County Emergency Medical Services, and possibly enlist the help of American Red Cross or National Guard. This is an emergency situation. Based on this year alone and the rain and inclement weather that we've been experiencing, makes it more more important than ever. In 2016, there were 192 reported deaths from the homeless population, and that was just what was reported. I'm sure that number is quite higher. With our increased rain and inclement weather, if nothing is done, I'm sure that number will increase. That brings me to my second request, which is the law enforcement enforcement of the camping ordinance. The city of Anaheim is the only city in Orange County that is currently enforcing this ordinance. By enforcing this ordinance, it allows the confiscation of those in violation of all personal belongings. This strips away warm essential clothing, blankets, and other needed items during these periods of inclement weather. This could be the difference for these people between being sick or being healthy, and something needs to be done immediately. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor, Council, community. I was at the Board of Supervisors today, and like I'm always advocating for the safe zones, and like I said, I'm usually open up with a scripture, And Spitzer said something that caught my eye, and that was grace. Therefore, the application of justification in Romans 5:12 says, wherever as one man's sin entered into the world, and death by sin, and so death passed upon all men, for that all have sinned. For until the law sin was in the world, but sin is not imputed where there is no law. Well, the situation here is the abundance of too many ordinances. So, moreover, by the law entered into offenses might be abundant. But where sin abounds, grace much more abounds. And the criminalization and all these laws that are implemented have only increases. I mean, there's no solution when you keep adding up and oppressing people, and the oppression comes to where people are in distress, and that's how I've seen it so far. As you know, what we have done here is it's minimum of what should be done in emergency that we have here. Those ordinances should be repealed, and safe zones should be applied. Seattle, Ontario, and Hawaii have implanted them, so it has been implanted, but we could see by what happened there and their mistakes, we could improve that. We have people, if you open just a space there, it won't cost the city much to open them because they are there. The homeless shelter that was supposed to be put on Harbor and the 91, it's growing weeds, and it should just be open. Like we say, if we come together, put big tents in there, and put everybody that has been out here for so long in there, and every city, like I told the county today, every city should do that, and we should be the example to start that. But there are certain ways that we could do that, and it's coming together and talking about it, and that's where we need the agenda to come regarding the homeless situation here, maybe next meeting. Hopefully we could achieve something. But by that time, maybe we will have something more concrete that will tell you how this would work, because now the community has come
Mr. Noble,
for
thank
that.
you, sir. Your time is
So
up.
thank you.
Thank you. Welcome.